Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you once again for tuning in. Today we're going to do a highly requested video, which is an eyebrow tutorial. I got this pimple on my nose just won't go away. Hate it. I hate pimples. Anyway, today I'm going to do an eyebrow tutorial. I got a lot of comments on my previous video about doing an eyebrow tutorial, and so we're going to just dive right in today. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to need is a spoolie. The spoolie is basically just used to brush your eyebrow hairs into place and basically just smooth out your eyebrow hairs into the shape that you want your eyebrows to look. I like to start at the front of my eyebrows by brushing an upward motion, and towards the end I brush back. Now, the second thing that you are of course going to need is an eyebrow pencil. I am using the Gabriella eyebrow pencil in the color dark brown. I got this eyebrow pencil from Diamond Girls in Roseau. It's pretty affordable. I think it's just about 4 EC. Anyway, I know that some people say that you should not start your, outlining your eyebrows from the very beginning, but I like to outline my eyebrows from the very beginning simply because I kind of feel like it comes out a little bit more natural that way. When you start at the beginning of your eyebrows, use a very light hand, and when you get towards the middle of your eyebrows, apply a little more pressure to the pencil and create a darker line. No two eyebrows are the same, but we can all find our starting and ending points of our eyebrows by simply using the balls of our nose. So a good way to find the starting point of your eyebrow is set a straight line from the balls of your nose up to your eyebrows, and this is where your eyebrow should start. The end of your eyebrow will be in a diagonal line towards that same ball of your nose. Now, the arch of your eyebrows is basically the most important feature of your eyebrow shape, and you can also use your nose, to the tip of your nose, to find out where that arch should be. You can use a ruler or your eyebrow pencil, anything that is straight, place it on the tip of your nose and take it to the spot of your brow directly over your pupil. This is where your arch or the peak of your eyebrow should be. For those who are just starting off doing their eyebrows, I advise you to kind of follow the natural growth pattern of your eyebrows. But of course, you have to groom your eyebrows before this process. As you can see, my eyebrows are waxed. I waxed my eyebrows. This whole process becomes a lot easier if your eyebrows are properly groomed, whether it is waxing or shaving. Once your eyebrows are properly groomed, this process will be a lot easier. So I work on both of my eyebrows simultaneously simply because I feel like I can gauge the shape a little bit better that way. Now, for me, this process takes time because I really like to see my eyebrows look the same. I know that they say that your eyebrows are sisters and not twins. I really like to see my eyebrows look at least 95% the same. Anyway, I use this small angled brush. I dip it in the brow pomade, and I start to fill in my eyebrows from the middle of my eyebrows. I like to start filling in from the middle of my eyebrows simply because that part of your eyebrows is supposed to be a little darker than the rest of your eyebrows, and we just dipped into the brow pomade. Therefore, your brush is definitely going to have a lot more product, and you don't want a lot of product to be at the very beginning of your eyebrow because that just would not look natural. If you need more brow pomade, you can just get that and fill it in. Okay, so as you can see, I'm filling it in a backwards motion, but when I get to the front of my eyebrows, I'm using feather light strokes, meaning that you're using very soft strokes and just going in an upward motion towards the front of your eyebrows, because you want it to look as natural as possible, and using feather strokes at the front of your eyebrow will prevent a lot of product from going on there and make your eyebrow look basically like a square at the front, which it's not supposed to look like. So it would make your eyebrows look like it's starting off with a very harsh line, which is not natural at all. Okay, so now we're just gonna do the very same thing on the next side. I'm just gonna speed up this part because it's exactly the same thing that I did on the other eyebrow. Just filling it in, starting from the end of my eyebrows and move it forward towards the front. After I've used the brow pomade, I like to go back in with the eyebrow pencil towards the ends of my eyebrows. Well, basically from the middle to the end of my eyebrows to kind of darken it up a bit. Okay, so our eyebrows have been outlined and filled in. So now we're going to basically clean up the shape of our eyebrows. And for that, I'm going to be using a concealer. Now, the amount of concealer that you use to kind of clean up your eyebrows is basically up to you. I like to use a lot because I use my concealer as eyeshadow primer. Therefore, I kind of bring it down onto my eyelid. To shape up your eyebrows, you can use various brushes. Once it's flat, it can be a flat angled brush or a flat round brush. Once it's flat, it will give you the kind of precision that you need to basically clean up your eyebrows, because you don't want to have done all of that work of outlining your eyebrows and then come in with the concealer and kind of just ruin it. You just basically just want to clean it up and kind of pronounce the shape of the eyebrow a little more. So I start at the front and then I just go towards the back in the same shape in which I outlined my eyebrow all the way to the end. Now you can use a concealer that is either one shade lighter or two shades lighter than your skin tone, depending on what type of effect that you want. Obviously, if you have a concealer that is two shades lighter, you'll have more of a highlight and more brightness under your eyebrow than if you use one that is one shade lighter. Some people, in order to make it look even more natural and not to kind of define their eyebrows in any way, they actually use a concealer that is the same shade as their foundation, or they simply use their foundation to clean up the eyebrows. However, for me, I like my eyebrows to have a little bit of a highlight. Therefore, I use a concealer that is one shade lighter than my foundation. So the concealer is used to basically clean up your eyebrows. It helps because if you did not properly shape your eyebrows, then you can definitely just use the concealer to clean it up and put it into the shape that you like. It also helps if your eyebrows are by any chance not groomed or not plucked, not waxed, not shaped correctly. It can cover any stray hairs that may be out of the shape of the eyebrow that you want. In this video, I'm using the same concealer and just kind of cleaning up the top of my eyebrows. However, to make your eyebrows look a little more natural, you can use your foundation at the top of your eyebrows. But for me, because I kind of blend it out anyway, I really don't take the time out to kind of switch brushes and go and use my foundation to clean up the top of my eyebrow. I really just blend out everything and make it look seamless, so it really doesn't matter to me. But if you're a beginner at doing eyebrows and you've just started out, I advise you to use your foundation. Now I'm going to blend out all that concealer that I used to clean up my eyebrows, and for that I am using a fluffy brush. This is a Real Techniques crease brush. And I'm I'm just using that to kind of blend out the concealer and make it look a little more natural, so that when I apply my foundation, everything will look seamless. So when you're blending, you really just want to get rid of as much concealer as possible and make your eyebrows, around your eyebrows, look natural, like it has a natural highlight, and just make it look crisp and clean. But be careful, especially when you reach the very edges of your eyebrow, because you don't want all of your hard work to go down in vain when you spread concealer where it's not supposed to be. I also use my Real Techniques blending sponge to kind of blend out that concealer as well after I have used the brush. After, I just use my spoolie to kind of blend out the front of my eyebrow, because I really don't want any harsh line of concealer at the very front of my eyebrow. And now I'll just continue blending, blending, yes, blending out everything, because I really like my eyebrows and I just like my makeup to look seamless. So now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. I'll speed up this portion. It's basically the same thing that we did on the other side. So blending, making sure that everything looks the same, making sure that both of them look the same. Now I'm going to use my spoolie to kind of just go over my eyebrows and kind of just blend out any pencil or pomade that was out of place. Okay, so our eyebrows are done. At this stage, you can definitely use a brow gel to kind of set your eyebrows into place so that it will last the whole day, or you can use a setting powder and place it onto your eyebrows and brush it off so that it stays on for the entire day. So now I'm just gonna complete my whole face to show you what the eyebrow looks like with a fully made up face. Here it is. As you can see, you see no remnants of the concealer that I put at the top because it's fully blended out. Yeah, so thank you guys for watching my tutorial. I love you guys. Keep watching, subscribe. I appreciate and love all of you guys. See ya.